Hey, White Rook 85. Well, back on the road again. And if you've been with the channel for a little bit, and it's the start of October, you'll know where I'm heading. Yes, I'm going out to Altoona, Sheriff Jim's house for his annual shrimp boil. So we'll be seeing him cooking those up in a little bit. And then right after that, I'll be heading up to the cabin for a few days to finish a couple things up there. Probably be the last time I'm there before deer season. So nothing major planned, but yeah, a few things and some good food as always. So let's get on the road. I'm just about to go over the Bay Bridge and stop. I've got my Wawa here, little Cuban coffee, and we'll get on the road. So let's get going.
How do you get wrong with PBR?
Nothing wrong with it. Nothing.
It's making a comeback.
Yep. Oh, yeah. It did years ago, and then it sort of died off a little bit. But
yeah, there's still some of the guys around here that drink. A couple guys show up, they make fun of me. That's all right.
I wouldn't.
They were getting there.
You know me and Schlitz too. I can still find Schlitz down
yeah.
there. So.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey.
Uh-oh. Nothing like a little leaf in there.
That's one. I know I said two.
That's just a
Add a good flavor.
flavor.
Yeah. That's what makes ours unique over anybody else's.
Mm-hmm. A little windy today. We might have an extra one or two going.
Okay. Help our vision just a little bit so you can see clearly in life.
Mm-hmm.
Do our carrots.
Oh, it started, that's for sure.
Yeah.
We'll give them a little bit to soften up a little bit before we put the those quick shrimp in. They quick shrimp take what, 5 minutes or so, or 8 minutes?
5, 8 minutes, something like that.
No, it started.
We're well underway.
Yep.
Hey, this beats last year's.
Yeah, sure
You
does.
here fretting and fighting and...
Yeah, turn it off around 15, 20, 30. Yeah, that's a rolling boil there. Good lemon. We'll smell them and just...
Yeah, they won't take long, will they?
Nope, not at all.
As the one old TV cook used to call a little bit of yon-yon.
Mm-hmm.
Forget his name.
Oh gosh, yeah, I know.
You know who I mean?
Yeah, oh, I know who you mean. In goes the corn. How many different ones you have in there?
2 this time. It is a red roasted pepper casino or something like that. And then regular kibasi.
Okay, well let's put her in. We'll cover it up, we'll get a boil again. There we go.
That's what we're talking about.
Thank goodness nothing else except the shrimp has to go in.
Just the shrimp.
We're getting close.
A little better than we were last year, though.
Yeah, yeah, I'd say so. I think you're already up to the top right now. There you go. Yeah, I'm gonna do a little side note on that.
Oh, she look good, look good. grab that spoon right there. We'll do a half a turn here.
There we go. All right, well,
Here we go.
you got it?
Yep.
And the boil is finished. Here's Jim dishing it out into the serving container. That really kept that stuff warm for a long time, and that was some good eats. Let's take a look at my dish here, and I went back a couple times and filled that baby up. And here's Jim's championship trophies from all the cooking contests he's won. He's a great cook and been recognized for it. Here with Sheriff Jim, and again, this is the fourth time I came up. You saw my plate and us cooking it up, and it really turned out good. I did throw a wrench in it, and I gave a new spice to try, and I think the spice worked out pretty good.
It worked.
It worked.
The votes come up with thumbs up.
Yeah. So
yeah, that was good.
Yeah, the J.O. spice worked out pretty good. A little bit switched from Old Bay, just for something different, something to try something different.
It contradicted my hat.
Yeah, it did. That's okay. But yeah, we had a good time with talking to the sheriff as always. You're looking forward to doing another deer season, another deer camp?
I am. That's what we were just talking to a couple of the guys here, just trying to kind of get a game plan, who's going to do what. Like the one guy, Gene, he got hurt, so
right.
We're going to see. We kind of have, he and I talked together, we kind of have a game plan if his knee ends up getting into worse or not.
Yeah.
He's hoping for the best, but I don't know.
Yeah.
So if it does, we have a game plan together. To be able to get him out and close enough, I can get him, and I'll probably set with him. We'll just hunt out of the one blind, pretty close to, not far down below the camp. We can get to in and out pretty easily with the side-by-side and kind of quiet. Looking forward to it. This has been just a busy, crazy year, non-stop. Work's been busy. We've been busy traveling, doing some stuff. Past weekend, pretty big event.
Oh yeah,
so,
yeah. The sheriff just got engaged last week, so congrats about that.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah,
give you a shake.
I would say the Lord He blessed me to bring me a wonderful woman into life, and you know what, I plan on keeping her and having her. Our best days are ahead. So.
That's for sure.
Another good turnout. As always, we love having you come up. We appreciate you taking the time on your way to camp to come in and
I appreciate it.
Helping out. You get here, usually you get here right about the right time. We need to get a hand putting something, moving something, lifting something. So it works out okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so we appreciate it though. Definitely hard to believe when we start telling a story about meeting each other years ago off of your channel and just chit-chatting and to now communicating all throughout the year and visits. So
yep.
You got an upcoming hunt coming, so good luck on that.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that should be fun again. One of those vacation hunts where they do a lot for you, so that's always nice.
Yeah, good group of guys.
Don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, I had to pass this year. It would have been nice to go. On the cards for this year.
Oh yeah, a lot going on.
You got your picked you up your 6-pack of your.
Yeah, I got to thank Jim. You see that a little bit later. Wait till the motorcycle goes by. It's a state light, and I'm going to give that a try when I'm up there. I think on Tuesday. Or, well, Monday night. Yeah. All right. Well, let's get back to the party.
Yes. Appreciate it.
Left the sheriff's a little bit ago, headed up to the cabin. It's about a 2-hour, 45-minute ride from the sheriff's house, Altoona, up to Tioga and Wellsboro area, and get up to the cabin. Pull in there right around 5:30 or so, and get unpacked, get everything out of the Jeep, and maybe get a little sandwich and have a beverage. Didn't have anything down there. There was some good beer in that refrigerator, and I would have loved to have some, but when I'm driving this far, or actually when I'm driving period, I just don't partake of any beverages like that. Missed out. The sheriff got me a 6-pack of that New Trail Whiteout at Penn State beer, so look forward to having some of that Monday, and have some a little bit powerful tonight, and some that a viewer sent me tomorrow, and then we'll have that on Monday. So that'll be good. We're set for food and for beverages, and I can have a nice chicken tomorrow, and you'll see that. Gonna spatchcock it, we'll go into how I'm going to cook that, and that's going to turn out really well, I hope. So let's just keep driving up here. This is kind of a new 99. I forget what road it used to be, but they're trying to create a new highway called 99, and they've been working on that for years, actually, years and years. But I'll get on this and then get on 80 for a while, then sort of just meander through Upper Tioga and a couple other counties up there, and meander my way up into Wellsboro. Just arrived, didn't even take anything out of the Jeep yet. Let me check a time check for you here, 5:30. So yeah, 2 hours, 45 minutes or so from the sheriff's house to get up here. Not too bad, it's not a bad ride. Just after a long day, it's kind of strenuous. But we'll go ahead and get all the stuff out, check in. I think it's about 49 out here according to the car. And probably have to warm it up a little bit in there and see what's going on. And probably won't do anything tonight except maybe make a nice pork sandwich, pork and coleslaw sandwich. That's going to be pretty good. Do our temp check as always. Looks like 59 in, 51 out. Not bad. I think it's going down into the 40s tonight. So it'll be a little bit chilly. And oh yeah, Mr. Heater. Links below in the description to this baby on Amazon. You know, this is one of the best things we did here. This is throwing out some heat right now. Fuel efficient is what we needed, and yeah, great. So Mr. Heater is going. I like to do at least one thing when I come up here the first day, so I feel like I've accomplished something. This is going to be very difficult. Oh, we got a new mat here for the door. Oh yeah, there we go. Now I feel good about myself, so I can go ahead and enjoy a beer and a sandwich and not feel guilty for not doing any work. So let's switch these lights over from this blue to my favorite orange. The lights the string of lights you can buy around the TV, or you go up in your room and it has a remote control. And they're pretty nice. Steve got these a couple years back, and I really like them. They add a little bit of atmosphere up here and a little backlight, and take about like one watt of electricity. So it's pretty nice. That was a great lunch at the Sheriff's today. The shrimp and sausage, potatoes, carrots. I didn't eat any corn, but very, very good. Had some of the dessert homemade fudge and some pumpkin spice cake roll type thing, and that was very, very good. Very nice people there, and enjoyed it again. Sheriff Jim, thanks so much. But let's get on to dinner here, and what we got is a little bit of Mrs. Rook's. This is canned up pork butt. Then we have a nice roll, and actually this is Lissio's roll. Shout out to Steve for the Lissio's rolls. And I got some sharp American cheese, and right back here a little bit of coleslaw. So we're going to heat that pork butt up, put the cheese on, pork on top, a little bit of coleslaw, and that's our sandwich tonight. Getting the roll a little bit heated. Not too much, just a little bit. Some cheese down on it. Let's get some slaw on there next. All right, let's get that off. Cut those ends of those rolls off and go. Sitting back and watching a little TV. I did bring up season 1 of Boardwalk Empire, and saw that in the local thrift shop and picked that up. So I think I'm going to start watching that. From what I've seen, again, very good series. And again, HBO has been, you know, hitting on all cylinders as far as these series goes, the HBO series. So I think Boardwalk Empire is going to be a good one. Beer right now, this is Mispillion Threat Level Purple, and this is one of the best butt kicker beers, and I say that because it's 11%. 11%, that is up there. Pop. but it is one of the best ones that I've had as far as that high up. And I had one with the sandwich, and that sandwich was, boy, did that hit the spot with the chips. That was great. A coleslaw on there. Thread level purple. Just have a couple of these and call it a night. I'll start on Boardwalk Empire probably tomorrow. I have a feeling I'm going to end up falling asleep on whatever I'm watching tonight in the chair here, and then just stumbling off to bed. So with that, I will catch you in the AM. Great night last night. Good sleeping. Cabin only got down to 61, and about 42, 43 out last night. So not bad for the little Mr. Heater. Certainly did its job. It was nice. And had some showers this morning. As we scan the sky here, we can see some blue, we can see some clouds, and I can feel a drop or two of rain. There's some wet here on the deck. We're just gonna wait till things dry a little bit. I did bring that pole saw up with me, so maybe we'll do a little pole sawing as we're waiting for things to dry out. I just want to give a really big shout out to Mark and Kim out there in Hawaii that sent me this coffee that I'm drinking right now. Reach over, and here it is. It's Badass Coffee of Hawaii. It's 100% Kona coffee, and it's the 100% pea berry. They're the pea berry beans. I read a couple things on it, so there's only you only get like 10% or 15% of those little pea berry beans off the Kona plants. And this is some outstanding coffee. And Mark and Kim, I really want to thank you for your generosity of sending that all the way from Hawaii out to me here up in Pennsylvania, and drinking some great Hawaiian coffee. I started really liking Kona coffee from that coffee shop in Suburban Station that I think I've mentioned. And I used to take the train from Claymont all the way up to Center City, Philly for I don't know how many years I did that, and worked at 1631 Arch, and got off the train out the door, and I was almost at the building, so it was pretty convenient for those that know, take the R2 and take that every day up to from Claymont to Philly. That wasn't a bad ride. I had that time down that I could actually catch a nap and seem to wake up at the right times all the time. I never missed a stop in all the years that I was heading up there. So again, Mark and Kim, thanks so much. I really appreciate it. We'll see what we're going to do today. It's a little bit of clouds, a little bit of sort of showers, a little bit of sun in the distance over here. So I don't think it's made up its mind on what it wants to do today, and I think that's kind of be the theme. We'll see. I want the stand to try to be dry because I do want to put a little bit more paint on that, and I know there's really no reason to, because those deer could care less about that down there, and so many pictures of them standing right next to it. So I'm going to finish my coffee here, and we're going to have a nice breakfast. Hey, take a look at this breakfast. So you got some French toast, ham, cheese. Well, I'm going to go ahead and finish my coffee, and we'll get into something. Still having the sun, clouds, a little shower, but I think I'm going to go ahead and cut some of these pine branches, kind of finish off what I started last time. Not going to show you that, you don't need to see it, but I'll just give you a little before and after. That should be enough. And then I actually brought my ham radio stuff with me, HF rig, and I'm going to see if I can string a wire antenna up and see what I can get on that. That'll be a little bit later. A couple of these here, a couple of those ones I started last time, even more over here, and then a couple of these branches right here, cut these back and just get them away from the cabin. Now here's phase one done. I'm deciding whether I want to do another phase or not, but opened up the area a little bit, got some of them branches, the low liars. You can see on that one tree over there all those fresh cuts. Some over here. Now, I think I am going to do a phase two. We did it this time, and there's a little bit more to do, but I think that can get done next spring and summer. And here's one of the entrances, and that's nice and clear now. They even used, some of those branches used to be down to the top of my Jeep, so they are gone. And you can see here and it cleared it out pretty nicely. Little sun in the camera there. Come on over, let's take a look at the wood pile next. And this could be the first year that I don't get any wood for in October for last few years, but I think we're in good shape. Well, for deer camp, I'll be up the normal after Thanksgiving and until the guys leave. Our wood pile's in good shape. I know it's going to last us while we're here for the 10-11 days, and I think I'm going to just maybe do a little restack on that just to get it evened out. Next year, no, that'll be a different story. So we'll see what happens next year. We'll have to get some of that cut and split, or do our usual buy some. I know that white oak that we took down over here is just waiting for us there. That's a beautiful piece of wood right there that we could do, and it's not that far. So we'll see what kind of motivation the camp has. Minimal. Well, first I think I'll see if I can get that antenna up, and then I'll straighten this wood pile out. A couple more things accomplished besides that tree trimming. Got the logs all stacked up, ready to go. Just have to cover them up. I don't think you can see it, but over here, right there's a stake at the base of the antenna, and my wire antenna, I think it's 65 foot, goes up that way. Let me get this wood pile covered up over here before we get more showers. Still sort of shower, rain, cloudy, sun. Well, I have my ham radio equipment out, and if you notice that setup, that's FT8 contact with a gentleman in Jersey. Something special that they were doing, Fire Prevention Week over there. So I did make a contact with him, but the band seemed to be pretty light as far as the amount of people calling CQ. Zygo G90 that I'm using, about 20 watt total power, and using that, and then of course the PC to run the FT8 program. Now we'll keep doing this for a little bit, and then looks like I just see somebody coming in.
QSL, go ahead when you're ready. QSL, I also got you a 5-7 into Park Kilo 1344 and 5478. And your call sign is Kilo Echo 9 Juliet Sierra, QSL. Kilo Echo 9 Juliet Sierra, QSL. Kilo Charlie 4 Sierra Mike India, QSL. Copy the 5-5 into Kentucky. You are a 5-7 in northern Pennsylvania.
November. Affirmative on that. Also up in northern PA. You're booming into my box here.
Whereabouts are you at? I'm here in what's the name of it again? Colton Point State Park, along the Pennsylvania Grand Canyon.
Well, we probably could shout at each other, because I'm up on one of the local mountains here right outside of Wellsboro. There's something ham radio called POTA, and it's Parks on the Air, and the activator in the park will call out and he'll see who can find him. You have the hunters and the hunted, and he's a hunted, so I found him. I'm a hunter, and found him. Colton Point, that's, yeah, Grand Canyon is right over this direction, right over, whoops, where's my hand? Right over that direction over there. So I was so close to him, and it wasn't real far, but I'm hearing people from Kentucky and all over the place on that radio right now. So that's interesting, but I think it's time to get a chicken cut up and get ready to get that grill going. Tri-colored potatoes. Gonna put a little bit of this garlic infused olive oil on there, and a little bit of this garlic and roasted garlic and herb seasoning. So that'll be our side dish along with a salad. Cover them up and put them on the grill when I put the chicken on. Have my garlic infused, salt. This is Weber Chop House butter. Tried it on a steak, it was pretty good, so I figured I'd try it on this. They say it's good on anything really, just not steaks, seafood, pork, chicken, so I decided to go ahead and try that one. I usually go with Kinders, as you know, but do that. And then a little smoked paprika. It is hot, but I probably won't use as much. And I have them in the little vials over here, so I don't have to touch any of those. I have a nice free-range bird here. Got a bag here to put the giblets, and once I cut the piece out of it, I put it in there. Go ahead and give it to the animals down the field there. We'll get this opened up. We'll get him cut. We'll get him all spiced up and get him on the grill over there. Forged in Fire knife that I think I got at I think Walmart was selling these, and then I think I've seen them at Big Lots. Glad to see Forged in Fire back on the air again. Watching an episode the other night. They're doing Forged Damascus, which is layering metal on top of metal, so then when you grind it, it creates a nice pattern. Yeah, Forged in Fire, one of my favorite shows to watch. So I got this nice piece of plastic here to keep my board semi-clean. Once this is on the grill, I'll start getting the soap out and cleaning all this other stuff up. Most of the time you can use the scissors with this, but I'm just going to go ahead and use the knife. Should use the scissors. There we go. There we go. That wasn't too bad. Now, if you were at home, you could certainly save this. Make some chicken noodle soup out of this piece, but we'll go ahead and give this to our buddies around here. Let them enjoy that. And we'll get this piece a little cut in the center, and that is laying flat as can be. Wash up all this stuff. Turn our bird like that. Get his wings folded in a little bit. Used to work at Gino's a long time ago, doing the fried chicken. Now, let's get some oil on it first. A little of this butter chop house. A little bit of the paprika, not too much. Paprika adds a nice color to your food when you cook it. This gives you that really nice look. And this is just some ground sea salt here. All right, flip them over. Rinse and repeat. Nice having these gloves on. And a little salt. All right, there it is. Let's get them on the grill. Gave it a flip, and we'll wait for the second half to get done. I'm sure these potatoes are doing pretty good in here also. Oh yeah, they're looking good in there. Yeah, as I wait for that chicken to finish up, which is not going to be too much longer, just having a little cup of coffee, and I managed to spill a little bit on myself, of course. But with dinner, Helltown, and this is the Buffy Hazy IPA, so we'll be having that with dinner. And Brandon, I appreciate that, and he sent me something very, very special for the Blue Pot Cafe, which we'll put up tomorrow. I have nothing like it on there. I have very nice items and very nice representation of some outfits and battalions and just a little bit of everything on there, but this one going up on the Blue Pot is going to be very special. So I'll put this in my cooler, and we'll have that. We'll have to check the temp on this chicken, but I think we're getting very, very close. Oh, there it is. Not sure if you can see the steam coming off of that, but here we go with the chicken. Potatoes turned out great. I sampled one, and a nice Caesar salad over here. And of course the Helltown from Brandon and the Buffy. I guess they couldn't call it Buffy the Vampire Slayer because they get in trouble, but Buffy, we know what it is. So let's get some of this all plated up here. Very, very juicy, and this is going to be a good chicken. Now let's turn this camera off and get eating. I wanted to get outside and have this nice cigar over here, but I go out there and there's some sun. 2 minutes later, there's a shower, and then there's sun, and then there's some rain again. So unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to make it out there to sit out there, have this cigar. And Mike left me some Maker's Mark cast strength. He was up last week with some friends, and he left some of this, said I should enjoy it. So gonna have some at 113 proof. Very, very good though. That is a good bourbon. And Maker's Mark always, oh, my voice changed after I drank that? Maker's Mark always has been anyway. And the cigar, this is a Leaf by Oscar, and it's a Corojo. I had one of these at the house a couple weeks ago. It's very good. And I've seen these in the cigar shops before, and I've asked the gentleman that worked there, and they said, oh, well, instead of putting the cellophane on, they do this. And I, for some reason, never tried one, but then said, oh, why not? Let me try one of these things. I was in another store and said, hey, let me give it a try. And I think that was the Connecticut, and I smoked that down to the nub. And here it is. You can see it's wrapped in a leaf, so it kind of looks a little bit rough on the outside. And then you open it up and there's a fine looking cigar inside. Look at this baby, it's a nice looking cigar. The other one smoked very well, and this one so far, haven't got into it too much, but the first 5% of it or so is very good. And speaking of very good, that dinner turned out great. The chicken was great. I know it looked a little dark, but that was really only on the skin and nothing else. So it turned out great, and I have it cooling right now. Going to put it in the cooler, and that's what we're going to have for tomorrow's dinner. Same dinner tomorrow. I'll probably do some fried potatoes in the skillet over there, but and heat up the chicken on the flat top. But we're going to have a good dinner tomorrow. But tonight, nice cigar, nice Maker's Mark, and Chairman Mike, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And I have a teeny bit of the Buffy left over here from Brandon out there in Pittsburgh. So I'm going to have a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And going to get into some Boardwalk Empire tonight. I think I'm awake enough to watch it. And I'm glad I didn't start it last night, because I did fall asleep on that movie. But hey, speaking of movies, the one I put in last video, and here's the frame. Not a lot of guesses on this one, so I don't know if either you're getting tired of guessing or you just didn't know this one. But this was 2 Days in the Valley, and it had a pretty good cast. And like I said, it was a Tarantino stylish movie as far as like a lot of different plots, and then they meld into one. But I thought it was interesting. I thought it was very good. If you have a chance to see it and pick it up for 69 cents like I did, certainly worth the look. Entertaining, a little bit of surprises here and there. And I'm not going to say any of them, but I enjoyed 2 Days in the Valley. Not going to put one in this time. Maybe when I'm up for deer camp, I'll put another one in. But no guesses on this trip. But I'm going to sit down, I'm going to get Boardwalk Empire out, throw that in, and then maybe get into something else or just turn the TV off, etc. I had a good night's sleep last night. Sleep's been a little bit tough lately, and I just want to say to everyone, thank you very much for all the kind words that you said about our dear George and his passing. And really felt good for me and my wife to know there's a lot of people out there that certainly care about their pets as much as we did him. And again, George was just a friend. He was a friend of ours. He wasn't a pet. He was a family member. He was a friend. He was the man. Let's go ahead and watch Boardwalk Empire. Get into this cigar, get into this drink, and we'll catch you in the AM. At 47 now. We'll see what it's going to go down to this evening. I think close to 40. Ooh, chilly morning here, 38 degrees. I don't think I've had 38 for since last year. So nice to be out here. Skies are looking at sort of like yesterday, but maybe no showers today. So I'm going to get down the stand and do a few things down there, and then maybe take a loop down through the property and see what's going on. Enjoyed a couple episodes of Boardwalk Empire last night. Again, rounding out characters and getting into a few things. We'll see where it goes. And I thought I saw a very quick flash of indeed Omar from The Wire. So I don't know if he's going to make an appearance later on in that or not. I didn't really look through to kind of give myself any spoilers through it. So we'll see what happens. I turned the accountant on afterwards, Ben Affleck, and I thought that was actually a pretty good action type movie. It kind of held up. I thought it was halfway decent. Not greatest action movie in the world, no, but well, hey, I watched it to the end, that's for sure. So did that. I think maybe first thing too. We'll take a walk up to the landing area and just see how that clover's doing. We didn't go up there yet. It's not looking bad. We'll go in and see if any of that new seed is coming up. The deer are in here just about every single day mowing this down. If I had one of those wires, little basket just to see, I bet you this would be up foot there in here every day mowing this clover down. Every single day. 5, 6 at a time. Let's take a look at some of those game cam pictures of what I've had around. Well, pretty interesting to see. A couple smaller ones, but we'll see if they're legal in PA or not for the guys. Again, Mike or Steve or Eric may take one of those, even Sean. Of course, I'm looking for something a little bit bigger than that. Up here, I've gotten plenty of bucks, and I'd like to see them take one. No sense in me taking one out of the herd when it would be a lot more rewarding for those guys. Let's just take a look at the clover a little bit here. Looking good in that camera. That's that new one I put up right here on the tree. It's been working good. I've been getting good photos from it. And this is about where I planted some more of that clover, and I think I see a little bit of it coming up now too. So that's kind of nice. Looks like there's some of that clover that was back in these, whatever those weeds were, that is doing pretty good too, which I didn't even notice the last time because the weeds were so thick in there. So they've got a lot to get. Give you a whole pan here and back over. A nice spot for the deer and the turkeys. You saw those turkeys on those game cams. They're enjoying this area too, and I can imagine until the snow gets too heavy that they're going to enjoy it. As I'm walking down our trail back to the cabin, you can see there's more clover in the center here. This is all clover that I frost seeded last year. That came up too, so they have a nice little runway, and even a spot right here where I frost seeded also last year, right here on the trail. And you can kind of tell where I didn't. It sort of ends right here and goes back to being the normal like grass and stuff on the trail. I'll get back to the cabin, grab camouflage stuff and some paint, staple gun, razor, screwdriver, or drill gun, etc. And we'll head on down to the stand. And hey, there were 6 deer around that, or 6 pictures from the stand last night. Some deer hanging around it. So they could care less about that stand, and like I said, the camouflage, I'm doing it basically for me because I don't care. Now in the blind. Not too many leaves down yet. Go ahead and clean this up, and then let's get this floor down here. We'll make quick work of that. I think it'll definitely help with sound, and maybe just a teeny bit of warmth. It may keep my feet a little bit warmer, not being on the wood, and that little mat right there, that's what I have for my feet also when they're sitting there. So we're done Inside, I think this ladder's got to be next. As if I don't end up doing the camo, that's no big deal. But I got to try to straighten that ladder out a little bit, and that's going to take a little cutting. Just a little bit of an angle change on that ladder, which is actually good. Coming down was fine, but going up, it always seemed like your head was trying to, all the weight was trying to just go forward on your hands and everything. So this should make it a little bit better. I probably could have even went farther, but this is good for right now. And put a couple extra brackets up at the top there, just to make sure we're secured in. And this ladder's rock solid, so it's not going anywhere. You know, some thrift store garland on there also. This stuff was super cheap. And again, I don't need this on there, but hey, it just hides it a little bit. Maybe a more wary buck that has seen these before might get confused. Maybe it'll really be confused when it goes to eat one of those leaves and it tastes like plastic. So, I think I just want to see if I can get some darker paint up underneath. Maybe a little bit on that ladder. I really didn't need to do anything. Let's take a look at some of Andrew's stands, and Andrew from Daughtridge Farms that I'll be heading down to. Here he's getting all kinds of stands ready, and for him to camo every one of those would almost be impossible for him. It'd be a full-time job just painting those things. It was bad enough he had to make all those. Well, I appreciate him making all new stands and covered and everything like that, but he doesn't have the time to do that. And guess what? It's not going to make a difference. The deer will be there regardless. It looks pretty good, and we're getting into the holiday spirit there with the garland and everything. So, well, we shall see you in deer camp. I'm here 8 weeks away or so, 7, something like that, 6, whatever. I just wanted to say it is Monday, Columbus Day, and just wanted to give a shout out to Columbus for discovering the new world, and also Indigenous Peoples Day. I want to thank them for keeping the land nice and being stewards of the land. So Indigenous Peoples and Columbus Day, I kind of wish that they would separate them to give props to each one separately, but if they want to do it together, that's how things are these days. One has to offset another for some reason. But hey, happy Columbus Day, and happy Indigenous Peoples Day for those of you out there. And there's a shot. We're probably 35 yards, 40 yards from here at the most. And here's a shot, and it blends in, I'll tell you that. Here's the area that I spread some clover seed last time, and you can see some clover coming up. So it's worked. Looking nice and green down here along this trail. Leave my stuff over here, take a walk down towards Mike's stand, and see how the trail is, and see if I see any scrapes or rubs. I haven't seen anything so far, but Mike is the one that he's the one that finds those things. He can just hunt them out, and oh, there's one, and there's one. Will be like, where? I don't even see it. It's pointing to it, and I still can't see it. So he's great at that. But let's take a walk down. Well, just about at Mike's stand, maybe as far as I'm going to go today. What I have not seen, besides the scrapes or rubs, are acorns, unfortunately. Now, I think the acorn crop was here last year, but I don't see anything. I know at home, we seem to be at home, it's like the every other year. Because at home, if I stand at a couple spots in my backyard too long, I get hit in the head with an acorn dropping on me. They're coming down, and there's too many for even the squirrels to eat down there. This right here, that's a nice oak tree. And we did have an understanding with the logger that he was to leave oaks in here. He wasn't to take every one, which he didn't do. To do two things: one, to have some acorns occasionally, and to actually to repopulate, so the acorn, or so the oaks, I'm sorry, or start growing again. So they did what we asked. Just I think this is not the year for acorns, but hey, we've seen some promising signs with the property. Some good things are happening. So we're hoping for a good year this year, next year, and beyond. So here we are at Mike's stand. Looks in good shape. I'm going to take a quick walk up the steps, make sure the boards are okay for him. I checked the floor. Floor seems nice and solid. So I think he's set. And it's been here since 2003, I think, or 2, if I remember. So we're going on 20 years for that stand. It's still in good shape. Senior built that one, so it's a senior stand. That was the first one that he had built like that. And it's a nice area down in here. Mike sees a lot of deer through here. You seem to want to run up here, run up on that ridge up there. You know, it's a nice spot. Coffee, and this time the pancake, egg and cheese and sausage sandwich. Time to put a couple things up in the old Blue Pot Cafe. I've got a challenge coin from John in New Jersey, and this is the Nam Knights Motorcycle Club coin that he sent to me. Let's take a look at the coin and hear a little bit about John. The challenge coins from the Nam Knights of America. They're a military law enforcement group. You can check them out at namknights.org. They have chapters up and down the East Coast and a couple in Canada. He served in the Marine Reserves, 4th Marine, 3rd Battalion, 14th Marine Division, the Gulf Battery. I hope I got that right. MOS was field operator, along with forward observer, and to be attached to infantry to call on artillery. He did his 16 weeks at Parris Island, and then on to Camp, I think, Geiger Radio School. And he is also a retired police officer from Trenton. So he sent the Nam Knights coin. Very, very good looking coin. I think I'll put him up over here on the left, since we need something there. And let's get that in place. All right, we'll take a closer look at that in a second. So John, appreciate that. And like you said, deer camp really is about the camaraderie with the fellas, and having fun at camp and sharing experiences and good times and memories that last forever. Good luck this year down there in the Pine Barrens. I know John's the president or club president of a club down there in the Pine Barrens. So good luck to you and your group this year. Hopefully will be a fruitful year for you. Well, the next coin is from Brandon in up around Pittsburgh area. As I mentioned about the Helltown beer that he sent me, the Buffy, he had bought a cabin up there recently, and going through the cabin, it wasn't occupied for some time, and he found a Levi Garrett. It's basically the muzzleloader championship of Pennsylvania, Delaware, and New Jersey, and that was left there, I guess, by the owner that had the camp before. Looks like he took 3rd place in the muzzleloader contest. I asked him a few times to make sure that he didn't want to keep this for his cabin and put it up somewhere there, but he said he wanted to send it on, and how could I refuse? So we're not sure, again, the person that actually had this, and I don't want to get into too much details on him anyway. I'm going to go ahead and put this up over here, right here on the end, I think. Make sure I put it the right way. Wow, there we go. So we were getting some coins up there. I didn't think I was going to fill that up, but we're getting more and more. Unfortunately, 2 of those were, of course, for the police officers that made the ultimate sacrifice in the line of duty. But we have a few more up there, and I like what we're seeing. And the next one that Brandon sent on was actually the wings from his wife's great uncle that served in World War II, flying the B-24 Liberator. Let's take a look at these wings for a second, and we'll hear about what he did and take a few pictures. Or so I was actually able to find a couple pictures of him and his plane. His name was Henry, but everybody called him Hank, and he was a pilot with the 466 Bombers Group. He flew many missions over Europe and became the flight leader and in 1944, on his 48th mission, his plane was shot down and he became a German POW. He spent 1 year imprisoned in his camp and was liberated in the March of '45. Remarkable sacrifice. And I'm sure he went through many, many perils flying the B-24 Liberator and, of course, being shot down. And I'm not sure whether it was a parachute or he was actually able to land and then was captured. But then spent that year in the German POW camp. And those POW camps, unfortunately, were not like Hogan's Heroes, more like what you see if you're used to the movie or have seen the movie Stalag 17, maybe a little bit more closer to what it was like. These are his actual wings, and it's very, very special to put these up over here in the cafe and up onto the board there. And I think I have a spot right next to that 8th Air Force button. And I think I'll go ahead and put these wings right there. And again, I can't believe the generosity and kindness to send this off to me to go ahead and put up here to salute our veterans. So let me go ahead and put that up. I might have to get a chair for that, so I will put that up in a second. We're going to take a look at it. But before I put that up there, let's just take a look at one last, and I don't have anything from this particular gentleman to put up here, but it's just a reminder of what these folks in the 40s and went through the Depression and then World War II, and what they gave to their country, what they thought of themselves, their bravery. This is Lieutenant Edwin Lucky Wright, so-called as this was his 6th time that he had been hit by flak. He was just 19 years old when this photo was taken, and he had 5.5 months of combat to his credit and 39 missions in his P-47 Thunderbolt. Tell me, where was his safe space? I really just wish that some of these people, some of the younger folks, would look some of this stuff up and appreciate what people did for the country. They were all in, and now it's all about other things. And again, I'm not getting into it, but I salute these folks. And you may have seen this picture was kind of making the rounds on X and Facebook, but I had to pick that up and just show it, and just my admiration for these folks. World War II and all the conflicts, just not World War II, everything. So my admiration goes out to all of you. The wings were actually on his uniform right next to the 8th Air Force symbol, World War II. And going over, looking at our coins, and then getting over to the Levi Garrett Muzzleloader Championship coin, and of course the Nam Knights over there. So as always, the Blue Pot is looking better and better every time I come up, and just a tribute to the men and women that they gave a lot of sacrifices to us. That turned out to be a good dinner. Those potatoes were on point. The chicken heated up in there was very, very good too, and a nice salad to go with it, and a little beer, and we are set for the evening. I've got a lot of stuff packed up already, a few things already in the Jeep. The shootout on out of here tomorrow morning, but it was a good time up here. Again, I appreciate Sheriff Jim's hospitality there with the shrimp boil, and then up here to do a few things. Some of the stuff that I wanted to take care of, that wood pile straightened out, and those pine branches down. I think it makes a big difference over there with those branches gone. Does open it up a little bit, makes it seem a little bit bigger out front. which is nice. I look back here and I look at this field back here, and it's screaming bush hog. So I have to get the guys to try to do a bush hog on this field, or we're going to end up losing it. It's just going to be like an overgrown mess in here. And yeah, that would hold rabbits and everything, but we'd rather have it look like a field back here than an overgrown mess. It's been 14 years since Senior and I were here when they cleared it, and want to get it back to kind of looking what it was again. And it's going to be tough to get the guys up here to do it, but somehow we'll have to do it. Well, the next video you'll see me heading down to Rocky Mount, North Carolina. Yes, it'll be North Carolina Deer Camp. Going again, and my brother will be there, and Sean will be flying in from parts unknown, and he will be there. Unfortunately, Eric is going to miss it due to some work obligations. I think I'm going to do at least a couple more, and as long as I'm enjoying myself down there, and we'll keep going back. Andrew's a great host down there at Daughtridge Farms. So I think, unless something momentous happens, and you never know, it just may, but I think I'm going to head in, watch a little Boardwalk Empire, get into a few more episodes of that and see what direction that is going in. You know, they did a good job on that. The clothing, the accessories, the even down to the cigarette cases and pocket watches and everything in the houses. They did a real good job at that. I know outside on the boardwalk, probably 90% of that is probably CGI, but I think it looks good. And, believe it or not, at one point, I was with a group and we had an office down in Atlantic City that was about 2 blocks from the beach that we stored some PCs in, some workstations that were getting updates, so then we could log into those remotely and test them and to make sure those updates worked. But that was a nice time down there. I went down to Atlantic City a few times, and like I said, right there, it was 2 blocks off the boardwalk. From our office, you could see the ocean. It was pretty nice. And in Atlantic City. So that was pretty interesting. So this is White Rook 85. I will be signing off. And like I said, next time you see me, I'll be in that Jeep heading down to North Carolina and Rocky Mount. And that's not going to be too long from now. It should be by the end of the month or in the beginning of November, you'll be seeing that video or so. So we'll see what that adventure entails. So everybody have a good one, and thanks for joining me.